Hi Aquarius, thank you for tuning in. This is a monthly love reading for the month of May 2017. Alright, so let's see what the cards would like to share with us today. Aquarius, may love, please. May love, Aquarius. Okay, one more shuffle. Okay, one more. Needs to feel just right. Okay, there we go. This is very interesting because this card came up in the exact same position for Cancer. Wonderful. Okay. So Aquarius, your center card is Death. Do not be alarmed. That is a good thing. I will explain why. Your first three cards: Page of Swords, Ace of Swords, Five of Cups. So what that's telling me is you had a vision. You had your energy has been directed towards the future and towards a goal. A goal in a relationship, a certain kind of commitment, or getting a particular kind of communication or understanding with a partner. If you are single, a goal to approach love or dating in a certain way, a goal to recognize certain qualities in another person, or to be more open to a certain kind of person, be more open to blind dates, for example, or a goal on the contrary, not to accept a bunch of dates or offers, to kind of really spend time with yourself. So there was a goal or something that you were working towards, and the Ace of Swords tells me that was accomplished. There was insight, there was growth, there was knowledge. However, with the Five of Cups, it seems like this knowledge or this understanding wasn't without a feeling of a bit of disconnect, maybe a bit of disappointment, or wanting to be alone with these thoughts, with these feelings, to kind of either figure them out or get a particular answer, get a particular result. In the center here, so right after this one, I have the Seven of Cups, a feeling of very interesting, exact same position for Cancer, a feeling of having to make a decision, or certain pressures, being maybe overwhelmed, or there's too much going on, too many thoughts, too many feelings, maybe a feeling of being scattered. However, with Death being the center card, that tells me that will end, or something will come to an end and you will enter a new level. There will be transformation. And this is confirmed because these three cards, four, I read it kind of like a book. Eyes on the prize, working towards something. Knowledge, insights, but perhaps a feeling of disconnect, disappointment, wanting to be alone, wanting to be separate. That could have been overwhelming, or there may have been pressures or expectations. Okay, but after this Death card, the end of that, the transformation, I have fearlessness, the Knight of Wands. I have Temperance, everything being part of a bigger picture, balance. I have the Three of Cups, joy, and then I have the Ace of Cups, which is unconditional love and more growth and an inflow of emotional happiness. So that's very interesting. Something that you have learned, some information, some knowledge that may have been not quite pleasant, or something that was learned or discovered or explored that may have caused feelings of perhaps retreat or stepping back, or questioning certain things. There could have been feelings of being overwhelmed, or pressures to make a decision, or expectations. But once that ends, because The thing about the death card, right? Death will inevitably come. Literally, metaphorically, things always come to an end. Nothing is temporary. Once that has ended, it does not erase the fact that it was there to begin with. But once that has ended, there is new beginning, and now you have a different path you could choose from, a different cycle to kind of weave into and work through. So once this ends, there is fearlessness, moving forward fearlessly, because all of this was part of a bigger picture. There is balancing, there is more of a flow. And then there is joy, celebration, followed by the Ace of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment. So whatever this information, knowledge, wisdom, whatever it is that is new within your consciousness may not have been received in the best light, or may not have been reacted to in the best light. Let's say you learn something about a past lover, a present lover, or someone that you are working on a relationship towards, perhaps something about their past that you're not comfortable with, some action that they did, a particular viewpoint, a belief, or a way of being that you're not entirely comfortable with. Once that ends, that's not to say the relationship, but once these feelings pass, there's a sort of acceptance that that will be there anyways. It's kind of like getting into a relationship with someone hoping that they will change for the better. People do not change fundamentally. I mean, you can adapt and compromise and kind of mold into each other through relationships, but fundamentally, people's souls, people's hearts, who they are, doesn't really change, right? They may become better versions of themselves, but once there is this acceptance, this death of wanting separation, wanting isolation, or feeling disconnected, and realizing everything is part of a bigger picture and we don't find ourselves in these situations accidentally, once that ends, there will be fearlessness and moving forward with more certainty, and eventually just feeling good, an emotional rising, so to speak, a higher vibration. Um, and I do like to read the cards vertically as well. So if you look at the center row, knowledge, information, Ace of Swords, followed by death. So it's likely this information will help you move into a new cycle, or help you move into a new understanding, which will bring emotional joy, Three of Cups. The Page of Swords, very proper, keeping to, standards, or keeping to the book, kind of having your eye on the prize, or having your eye on where you want to go or what you would like, followed by perhaps too many choices or overwhelming or pressures, right? But again, temperance is right under that. That's part of the bigger picture. This is part of the journey, the process. And this last row as well, feelings of separation, isolation, or loneliness, being alone in this information, or feeling alone in how you feel about this information, right? It will encourage fearlessness, which will encourage Ace of Cups, love, right? Because the opposite of love is fear. It's not hate, it's fear. And the opposite of fear is love, right? So this seems to make sense. Let's see if there's anything else I can... Let's see if I can draw one more card to bring it all together. Oops. For Aquarius, please, for May, for love. For Aquarius, please. One more card. This is a good reading, Aquarius. Moving forward, transformation, change, greater accumulation of wisdom, greater understanding, which of course you don't need a reader to tell you that. It makes sense. Every day we are wiser and smarter, right? That's the experience of life. That's what life is all about. Oh, and the sun came out just as I said that. So there you go. The universe is illuminating that. So for Aquarius, please. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, this is how I see it. You can interpret this with whatever resonates with you, but this is how I see it. Okay, this death, this transformation will not be without pain. Okay, this entering this new level, this new phase of emotional happiness, any changes that happen within our lives, within ourselves, within our consciousness, are not comfortable. They are not pleasant. Even good changes, you're moving to a new place, you're in a new relationship, that's not without fears or without second thoughts, right? So this transformation, this change, it may not be easy. It may require, oh, I can't get this card straight, it's bothering me. It may not be without discomfort. And if you notice, there are 3 swords in the heart. So this new knowledge or this new information may be piercing the heart. It could be mind versus heart, ego versus intuition. It could be a variety of things, but it will not be without pain. So it encourages me to suggest not to be naive, that as soon as this ends, all will be good. Well, yes, but that isn't without discomfort or without pain of some sort or without even heartbreak. It could be the end of a relationship if this new information brought to light that this is not in alignment with your truth. It could be realizing something about yourself that you may not like, that may make you want to separate from the world, and oh, I can't believe I'm seen this way, or I am like this, I'm ashamed or embarrassed, it's overwhelming, or there may feel pressure to change. Again, once that passes, once that ends, after the death card, I have only wonderful cards. Fearlessness, going forward with fearlessness, joy, celebration, love, everything coming together in a greater picture. But it will not be without this, without a little bit of heartbreak. And that doesn't mean a relationship will end. Not at all. It doesn't mean that you will be rejected. Not at all. Heartbreak could simply be letting go of a past lover, for example. It could be letting go of something that you're holding on to. It could be even letting go of family. You know, it might seem strange, but when we are very in a process of remembering our family members or of separating from them into a new phase, this might arise, these feelings, right? So again, this transformation, this death, does not come without a little bit or even a lot, depending on the transformation that is happening, of pain, discomfort, unpleasantness. It always gets worse before it gets better. No change is easy. All right, Aquarius. So that's what I have for the month of May. There will be a transformation, a change, wisdom, knowledge, information that may not be taken in the best way, but we're only human. And then after that, fearless movement forward that will lead to emotional happiness. And that's not to say you will fall in love, your relationship will be perfect, and all will be peaches and cream. That just simply means you will be in a better place, because I'm sure you can relate when you're in a great mood, everything is going well. You know, your car could break down, or a bird can poop on your shoulder, or something can happen. It's not even going to bother you. You laugh at it because I'm in such a good place right now. So that has to do more with that being in a better place within yourself. And of course, that would be reflected outwards. But again, it's not without heartbreak or pain or discomfort of some sort. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Aquarius. I hope that was helpful. I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you next month. Thank you for watching.